Oh boy, look at this place. Such a mess. Need to clean it up. What are we even doing today? Oh yeah, you guys had a whole bunch of questions about the vinyl plank stair nosings. So maybe when Dave gets here, yeah, when Dave gets here, we're gonna ambush him with all of your guys' questions. Speaking of which, where is Dave? Oh, I think I hear him. Oh, Dave!
What's going on?
We have questions. Viewers have questions about vinyl planks.
Okay.
And the stair nosing thing. First question is from Sang Harasing.
Yeah.
Do you leave the underpayment or the sticky stuff?
Underlayment.
Underlayment?
Yes, it's underlayment.
There you have it. On the treads or risers before you glue them down, or do you remove them? Thank you.
No, I don't remove them. I just glue them down straight on with the underlayment. It doesn't seem to affect it at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now, can I get to work?
Yeah, I suppose so. Hey Dave, we have another question.
Yeah?
From Chad Marsh. He asks, my staircase has an open end on one side. Do you have any recommendations on how to wrap the front and one side of each stair? Maybe miter cut and glue together?
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I would probably just use super glue and with an accelerator on one side and then glue on the other side, and then you have to be very accurate when you put it together and try not to get anything on the tread, because then super glue is really hard to get off. That's probably what I'd do.
Okay.
Or have done, I guess.
Have done?
Yes.
You've done that before?
Done, yeah.
Okay. It's very interesting. Okay. Hey Dave!
Oh, you again?
Did you see this comment about how the video was interesting, but the camera work made them want to puke?
Yeah, I did. That's why you're holding that new camera there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me laugh. It was funny, but totally true.
Yeah, it was really shaky. But, you know, bit the bullet, got a new camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. And for the new camera. Hey, Dave.
Yes.
We have another question.
Another one,
Yeah, from Eilena Cordova, asking, I have floating stairs. Any advice on covering floating treads?
Floating treads.
Yes.
I guess you could. Exactly how we make the nosing. And then, yeah, that's a interesting one. So you can make the nosing, whatever your step tread is, you have to calculate the distance and then set your router depth to, that actually might require its own video. But yeah, it would be, you have to set the red to cover up the rest of it. It's hard to describe.
Might end up making a video just for that.
Yeah, because that one's, it all depends on the tread depth or height, and then how the tread is set, on where you start your miter and how high you would go. There's so many variables to account for. It's very difficult to answer that one.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty much, you'd have to guess your depth, set your router size at different things, at different measurements, so it wraps fully around, and then you can just keep clicking in the rest.
Okay.
But,
all right. But stay tuned for a video.
yeah, that probably require a whole thing, 'cause it's really hard to describe on how you do that.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Hey, Dave.
Yes.
We have yet another question. Cherry Young asks, says, thank you for sharing. And then she asks, what happens if she wants to put LED strip under her nosing? Is it possible to do it?
I think it's totally possible. I've never had a client ask for it. I guess the way you do it, right there. What can I use for an example here? Let's get this out of the way. Oh, where's that?
upcoming video.
You always interrupt me and I have no props to show you anything. So you have your, so this is your riser. Okay?
Okay.
And then this would be your top tread when you're building construction. This wouldn't be your actual material you're using. But, so what you want to do is actually, if it's, your step is like that, you'd want to actually tack on a piece that's exact same width as your nosing.
Okay.
So your nosing is, just ignore, this is a defect one. That's why it's not, it's garbage. But, so your nosing is that depth there. So you want to measure this depth here and then tack that on the bottom of your tread.
Okay.
All right, so you want to tack it here and then your tread, and then make it the same width as your strip lighting. And then you can glue your strip lighting underneath and then run your wires through the back of the step underneath the staircase.
Okay.
And for each individual one.
Okay.
Each brand is a little different, but I think it should be fine.
Okay. All right.
Is that clear?
I think so.
At least that's how I do it.
Okay. Thanks, Dave.
Okay.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah?
We have one last question. This is the last question, then I won't bother you anymore.
Oh, thank God.
So Braden Williams says, I noticed some companies who fabricate these stair treads glue up a couple pieces of plywood and put them inside the nosing part. Do you recommend this step to hold its shape where it protrudes past the stair tread? And if so, how does this fit into the process?
We've started doing the same thing. This is just a piece that didn't make it. But we started doing the exact same thing. Not because it doesn't hold, it just gives you an extra glue surface on the end here. And you do it as you're bending the corners all together, and you just put it all at once.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So as you're heating up the back end, you want your plywood already cut to dimensions. And then after you have it cut, you put it in with the glue, and then you clamp it in. So I think that's what we've noticed works better than even super glue. Super glue's faster, but if you get it in, if you're too slow, then you pretty much lose a product.
Okay. So you put it in right after you put the glue in.
Yeah, so we use a PL, premium or tight bond, and then you put it in your glue in the seams, you put your plywood in, and then you clamp it with some wood on either end. That's what we've changed our process to.
Okay. Sounds pretty easy. Pretty simple, straightforward.
Yeah, it just needs to sit in clamps for 2 to 3 days.
2 to 3 days.
Yeah, until all the glue hardens.
Okay.
Instead of the super glue where you're pretty much good to go within, 30 seconds? But you have to be fast. That's the trade-off. But you can screw up real quick, real fast. Okay,
Alright.
you good now?
Yes.
I have to clean a blade.
Okay. Yeah, that's very dirty.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Dave.